Buying a car can be exciting. It can also be stressful and frustrating as you navigate the dealerships and websites to find what fits your needs and your budget. Well, we are joined by two auto experts today to help steer you in the right direction. We have Brian Moody, the site editor for Autotrader.com, along with James Bell, head of consumer affairs for General Motors. So welcome to Daytime, guys.
Thank you.
All right, we'll start with you, Brian. What are some initial steps that consumers should take when they're looking to buy a car? What should they go through first?
Well, I think first you got to consider your budget, of course, and then after that, consider the kind of car that you really need. What will suit your needs best? Do you have a large family? Do you tow? Do you go off-road? Do you take frequent road trips? Any of those things are important factors in determining what your next car is going to be. From there, you can kind of narrow it down to some specifics.
Yeah, and to Brian's point, we're pretty excited with General Motors and Chevrolet specifically to have some really unique vehicles in these segments that are really hot. This is the Chevrolet Trax. It's a small, compact crossover. It's got that high riding height, but much more rational. A four-cylinder engine with a turbocharger, so great fuel efficiency.
And we're seeing a lot of interest in these types of cars from all brands. That small SUV is really popular right now.
And we're really happy to have the Chevrolet brand in there. And, you know, talk about a segment that never seems to go away is the mid-size sedan segment. Of course, the Chevrolet Malibu, a big player in this space. What we're excited about here is that it's got built-in 4G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot technology. This is a rolling hotspot, if you will, that can connect up to 7 different devices. So this becomes the road trip vehicle. We want you to stay connected because people are looking for that, but we wanted you to do it safely. And the vehicle that's really kind of shaking up the business here is this, the Chevrolet Colorado, a mid-size truck. I call it the 90% solution because, to Brian's point, you don't always need the biggest vehicle to meet your needs. This is going to do what you look to a pickup truck for, but do it much more rationally. Better fuel efficiency, easier to drive.
And if truck owners get real, shoppers get real, using a truck for, they're going to probably end up with something smaller than a full-size pickup. That's what we've been
Unless
saying.
You're using it for work, or you've got that full-size heavy-duty requirement. A smaller vehicle like that's probably going to do what you need.
Yeah.
All right, it's always cool to see all those features involved in any type of vehicle, no matter what you're looking for, which I think a lot of consumers want these days, right?
Yeah, you know, technology is a big thing, and I'll tell you, one of the things that's kind of going away is that old idea of the built-in DVD, the built-in, you know, those systems are blind. They don't talk to the outside world, and nowadays, most kids, parents, they have their own iPad and tablet, so you're going to want to connect those things to a car in some meaningful way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Brian.
And fuel efficiency, that's another big point.
That's a big one.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, lots of people go into the internet these days. Autotrader.com, one of the many sites that people go to when they start their car search. Any advice on improving our search?
Right. You know, here's what I would advise. Go online, of course. Do your research there before you're going to make your final decision. But use the tools offered by websites like Autotrader. Use the tools that can allow you to search by price, by fuel economy, by other criteria such as a third row seat or not, such as, you know, the type of price that you want to spend. All those things are a way to narrow down the field to help you get one step closer to the actual car that's going to be perfect for you.
And James, buying, leasing, new, used, do you have any advice on what consumers should be doing? Because there's a lot of options out there.
It really comes down to, again, being rational and honest with how you're going to use a vehicle. We've heard too many horror stories of people that have leased a vehicle because it's cheaper, you know, on a monthly basis. You have maybe a lower down payment, but then they drive the vehicle over the terms of the lease, too many miles. They don't take great care of the vehicle, so they pay wear and tear penalties. That's the bad side of it. The good side of it is if you're a kind of person that likes that new car smell, you like having the latest technology in your driveway at any time, then leasing's great. So again, it comes down to, you know, being honest to how you're going to use it. Once you really nail those down, then it becomes pretty clear.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot more young people leasing cars than in previous years, so that's something to consider.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, guys, where can we send our viewers to get more information?
Well, of course, Autotrader.com has many cars listed for sale, as well as reviews, news, videos, photos, all that kind of stuff.
If you want to know more about the Chevy vehicles we've talked about here, please go to Chevrolet.com.
All right, thanks for being with us today.